Your cologne.
Yeah, sure. Just go ahead and type in job link again. There you go. Perfect. You got it.
Okay, so this is my ritual when I do job searches. If I feel like I'm going to be a while, I go to the library downtown in San Jose State. The website that I go to, being an IT guy, is dice.com. I'll check my email first to see if anything's coming in my email from, say, Monster, Career, and then I go straight to Dice. But right now I'm going to go straight to Dice.
Because of
physical, like I was unloading 2 cars for myself.
But a lot of people are looking for the perfect candidate, which doesn't exist. Maybe they're intimidated because of my experience, my knowledge, but I mean, I've always been one. I just want to do my job. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have to find a room for rent and pray that I can make ends meet and sustain and keep going at that point. But I think my days at EHC need to come to a close because it's starting to stress me out.
Okay. Basically, I came out here for a job. And I was promised a job, and it was a month-to-month kind of contract. I was building Apple stores, Apple computer stores. Basically, I was staying in a motel until I found an apartment to get all set up and so on. And then the economy really hit. So Apple said, we're not spending any more money on renovating or building new stores. So it was basically, and I was a contract basis, so I wasn't an employee. So I went through my savings. I went through my last paychecks, contract checks. I stayed in Motel 6 near the airport. And that was costing me $60 a day. And I just ran out of money, is what it boils down to. And so I thought, what do I want to do? I just bought a puppy. I can't stay in a shelter. I don't want to stay in a shelter. And basically wanted to be outside, to not be in a structured environment. And I said, I have to get my business going again, like quickly. So I took the little money that I had that I was going to give to the motel and bought a sleeping bag, bought a tent, and just said, we got to rough this thing out. One day I saw this thing on the internet from Burpee. This is no plug for Burpee, but they said you can get, for $10, you can get $365 worth of seeds. And I just started to take a little money that I had, get seeds, plant them. So I started to plant veggies. And we got strawberries in there and so on. Eggplant, cucumber, tomatoes, peppers, snap peas, green beans, and pinto beans is what we have right now. And so I just decided to do something green, Doesn't go into sunlight and some water, that's it.
That would be a plus for me.
Generally, I am up at about 5 o'clock. And basically, the first thing I do is set up the coffee. No, go to the bathroom, set up the coffee, make my bed, clean the inside of the tent, get on the internet, check my my Google Mail, and make phone calls. And by that time, about 11 o'clock rolls around and I have something to eat, and I get back on the phone again. Then basically, I just keep the place clean. That's what I do. Just so happens I got some dead eucalyptus firewood, just prepping up so I can save on propane, and it's really not as bad as it sounds, and I'm really grateful that I have it better than most, but it's not my intention to be here. During this year's homeless census, 30% of respondents indicated loss of job as the reason for them being homeless.
However, I am in a working man's program, but I still have to, make sure that I turn in the sheets and the blankets. Breakfast is served at 6:30. If you're fortunate and you eat, you can lay down for a few more minutes, but you have to be off the beds by 7. Have to be out of the building by 8. I think I've seen every new movie out. I'm really not a moviegoer, but it's almost therapeutic. There's things that you just have to do to keep your sanity. If you're someone that is used to working, used to making a contribution and feeling part of something, you can't, it's difficult to sit with an idle mind. And then at 5 o'clock they feed dinner. There's smoke breaks at 5:30, well, every half hour, on the half hour after 5:30 all the way up until lights out, which is 10 o'clock. I take a smoke break. I don't smoke, but just to get outside and get some fresh air. And then lights out at 10 o'clock. You can shower there whenever you want. If you don't have your own towel, they give towels out at 6 o'clock. The place can work, and it does work for some.